Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we have a fun challenge kind of thing that was inspired by Alexandra Anil. So this video is inspired by her video, with the link of that video will be in the description. But I'm going to be using every shade in this eyeshadow palette. This is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, which is perfect for this kind of a look. Really push the limits. There's 21 shades in this palette, and we're going to be using this palette to do this challenge. So without any further ado, let's get started. So first I'm going to be taking the first shade, which is Breakaway, and I'm going to be applying that like near my brow bone. Also, forgot to tell you guys, but I primed my eyelids with the MAC paint pot in the shade Painter. So I'm going to be taking the first shade Breakaway and putting that on my brow bone. Some of this placement won't make sense. I have to use every eyeshadow in this palette. So yeah. Next I'm going to be taking the shades. First I'm going to be taking the shade Weekender in my crease. Then I'm going to be taking Still Shot also in my crease. And then I'm going to be taking the shade Riff, which is this camely kind of brown, in my crease. The same brush. I'm going to be using the same brush for all of this. First I'm placing Weekender in my crease. And I'm going to be repeating it on this eye as well, because otherwise I'll forget the order. Because there's 21 shades, I'm bound to forget the order. Then I'm going to be taking that Still Shot, a bit of Still Shot, just to add some warmth, like some peachy goodness. I learned to use a tip because it's more gentle. The edge, the end of the brush. It's more therapeutic. Gives you a nicer blend. Suddenly gloomy. It was so bright and sunny, and now it's gloomy. Are you kidding me? Sometimes I really hate this weather. It's more peaceful when you're inside. It's fun when I'm not filming, but when I'm filming, I want my natural light, you know what I mean? And I'm going in with Riff, and I'm putting that also in my crease. I'm stacking up on transitions. I'm focusing this more on the outer part. I'm putting it everywhere, but like darkening it out on the outer part. And I'm taking the second shade, Weekender, like the second shade I use on my eyes, that whitish color, and just using that to blend everything in, so it doesn't look patchy. Okay. Then I'm going to be taking the shade Baja, which is this orange, and putting that more precisely in my crease with a more tapered blending brush. This is one of my favorite shades in the palette. It's like the prettiest orangey shade ever. I'm kind of winging it out like ever so slightly. Okay. Then I'm going to be taking the shade Punk, and so far, let's keep a track. We've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shades. Long way to go, right? Anyways, I'm going to be taking the shade Punk on the outer part and moving it out a bit, how you would a smoky eye. The same taper blending brush. Just in my crease, like outer crease. Taking a clean blending brush and just blending that, so it's seamless. I'm going to be taking the shade Hell Ride, which is this magenta pink shade, on like a bit right on top of the orange Baja shade. I think Americans pronounce it as Baja. That's how they pronounce that, Baja Blast or whatever. I'm going to say Baja because we pronounce our J's here. So pretty. I'm going to be taking the peachy Still Shot shade again, just going over everything a bit. You have to go back and forth to make it look more blended. Okay, so now here's the tricky part. So now I've used up all the mattes. Now I have to figure out something to do with the shimmers. So first I'm going to be taking Big Sky, which is this beautiful teal color. I want to use my fingers, but I won't get precision, so I'm using a synthetic brush. I'm going to be placing it on the inner corner. I'm going to be taking the same brush and I'm going to be taking Wanderlust. I think I'll use my pinky finger for this, so it's not showing up. Look at that. Also, I did my foundation, but I've not done my concealer because of fallout and stuff, and I've done my eyebrows, and I'm going to be doing my whole face off camera because otherwise this video will be too awesome. Anyways, I'm going to be taking the shade Radio right next to Wanderlust, the greeny shade. They all look like one shade, but you can see the ombre kinda. I'm going to be taking the shade Drift, which is like this beautiful silvery color, right next to that. Okay, now I'm going back in with Hell Ride, which is this matte magenta, and I'm going to be putting that on the outer part of my eye. I'm going to be taking the shade Guilt Trip. This is one of my favorite shades in this palette. It's like this purpley color. I'm going to put it right on the outer, almost outer part. And then I'm going to be taking Wild Heart, which is this shimmery magenta-ish on the right end, kind of winging it out almost and blending it into the matte magenta. And be taking a brush to be more precise. Can't get much precision with my fingers. Just taking a brush to clean out any mistakes. Okay. Now I'm going to be taking the shade Jet, which is a shimmery black, and I'm going to be using that to line my outer corners. I'm going to bring that out a bit and connect my bottom lash line. Like just a bit. I'm going to be taking the orange Baja shade. I'm just going to be ever so slightly warming everything up because it gets lost sometimes. You need to bring her back to life. Why did I just get a random accent? I don't know. I'm taking that pink shade again, the matte magenta shade Hellride, and blending the black out a bit. And it kind of looks patchy on camera. Oh, it's not patchy, I promise. I promise. Now I'm going to be taking, first I'm going to be taking Ignite, then I'm going to be taking the shade Accelerate, then I'm going to be taking the shade Double Life, then I'm going to be taking Good as Gone, putting that on my lower lash line. So I'm taking Ignite, putting that in the inner corners. Then I'm going to be taking Accelerate. Then I'm going to be taking Double Life. Then I'm going to be taking that shimmery brown Good as Gone in the edge. Connecting the bottom and the top. Taking Double Life again. I'm going to be taking the shade Smog, which is this shade, and I'm just going to be picking up that with a fluffy blending brush, just a bit, and just adding the slightest shimmer to my crease and give like a reflective sheen. Like, it's not that in your face kind of sheen, but it's there a bit. Then I'm going to be highlighting my inner corners with the shade Stranded. The shade Stranded. It's such a pretty inner corner highlight. So now I'm going to clean out all the fallout, put some mascara, and do my concealer and the rest of my face, and I'm going to be right back for the final review. So this is the finished makeup look. I tried to clean out. It's looking a bit muddy because I used so many eyeshadows. I'm sorry about that, but I gave it my best. So I hope you enjoyed this video and this kind of makeup look. I don't know, not something I usually do, but it was really tough, so I'm sorry. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and subscribe and go watch my previous video. I put lots of effort in that one, so show some love and give this video a thumbs up and comment down below whatever. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye. This is